He's a great X and O guy. He's a relationship builder. Without Jordan Canada on the floor, this is not how Atlanta is going to look as the season goes on, playing with two bigs. I think they'll make some adjustments.
What's going on, y'all?
But
It's Rich here,
how
and
Atlanta is
watching
going
the
to
game.
look as the season goes on.
And there's Clark turning the corner, getting to the rim and drawing the foul. Caitlin Clark's first bucket tonight, an and one opportunity.
Hope everybody's doing well.
Performance on Saturday, her third career triple-double, and she really set the tone against Chicago.
Ooh.
See Rhyne Howard telling the ref that Caitlin had a hold of her jersey there.
Oh, we still working on it.
It looked to me like she had a piece of the jersey.
A rare miss from the foul line for Clark. She was a 91%er at the foul line a year ago. Gray on the attack right up the middle. Atlanta having some success getting to the foul line here in the opening minutes.
Yeah, game.
She exploded a 25.8 rebound, 7 assist performance in that opening night loss to Washington. Atlanta's issues were not offensively. They scored 90 points. They gave up 94, and this is a group that fancies themselves being a really tough defensive unit once it all starts clicking. Alicia Gray, Rhyne Howard, of course, Brittany Griner, defensive stalwarts on that end.
We've seen Atlanta doing a pretty good job early on. Pressure the rebounder a little bit, and then Rhyne Howard has been able to get on Caitlin Clark immediately.
So they got Rhyne Howard on Caitlin Clark.
That's
tall defender there.
Pat is an issue because she can be a mismatch on most nights. And the NBA, WNBA put out a video today on rules. Sue Blau did an excellent job on that. One of those points of emphasis was freedom of movement.
Kelsey, nice to the rim.
Plenty of freedom of movement there, and she drives and finishes. Mitchell has an early 4 here for Indiana. She's coming off a 15-point performance in that 35-point win over Chicago, which was tied for the Fever's second largest margin of victory in franchise history. Gray on the drive, cross-court pass. Here is Jones, finds some space and knocks it down.
Damn.
A start for Brianna Jones in her second game with Atlanta, already 7 points.
Good steal by Howard.
Howard bouncing, Griner had it blocked, but there's a foul there as well from Aliyah Boston.
Indiana's had a couple of turnovers that Atlanta has been able to run off of. Then you see Boston with a foul on Griner. I think Indiana will settle in. I mean, they know Griner's going to be in drop coverage. You can manipulate the 5 in their offense and move her around.
All right, we are all set up, good to go now. Make sure you liking the stream and all that. Let's get this joint popping and all that. Didn't plan the stream, but figure why not.
It was a little bit of a disappointing year for Atlanta a season ago, 15-25, their worst record since drafting Rhyne Howard #1. And they have visions of Brittany Griner helping turn that around. Massive acquisition. She played 11 seasons, 315 games in Phoenix. Diana Taurasi has played more for the Mercury.
She averaged just 18 points a game in her 11-year career in Phoenix.
She's 9 blocks away from second all-time as Clark crossing over Gray. Got Griner into the
Caitlin into Boston, but it's a foul there.
Really good job.
I don't like the Dream coming in wearing the red uniforms. The red uniforms belong to the Fever.
You know. Boston does an excellent job of reposting, getting deeper position, and if you don't throw that pass in there, that foul's not going to get called.
So Lexi Hull making her first appearance here in her second game. Hull had 9 points, 9 rebounds off the bench. That tied a career high in rebounding for Hull.
Ooh, Cook. Oh, wow, she recovered and blocked it. Kelsey.
Deep 2 there from Mitchell off the mark. Howard still battling.
One of the things that Indiana's got to be patient about is moving the ball. I don't think Stephanie White wants to
13-6 to start here, and don't love it so far, but I imagine they'll wake up.
Fever have opened up just 3 of 9 from the field.
And Bree Jones.
Off the mark on a three.
Caitlin gets the board there. They are trying to guard her tough. Kicks it in to Mitchell, who blows the layup. But Howard, nice finish. And Lexi is putting the clamps on, I don't know who that was right there. Caitlin, you got to stay in front of her. Way to beat that AB. Pull. Wide open layup to Howard. Dish from Caitlin. That's the energy I'm trying to hear right there.
So lethal on Saturday off the turnover. As Gray can't connect on a three in transition. Coffee, beautiful wraparound pass.
And Atlanta keeps scoring.
Rebound by Nia Coffey. Crash from the weak side.
Jones with the active hands there out on the perimeter. Knocks it away from Clark.
One-shot defense, Pat, allows Indiana.
Make sure you smashing that like button.
Clark
we here.
to Howard,
We here for the whole game. Maybe we'll talk a little bit after. Before I do a review and all that. And let me mute this joint and all that. So hope everybody's doing well. Make sure you are sharing the stream and all that. And I think that I have an echo behind me. Sorry. I think they are off to an encouraging start. Trying to come back from that 13-6. Those two, back-to-back scores are definitely a good sign. What are your favorite uniforms of the Fever? I would love to know. We should hold an informal poll here. So to my knowledge, they have 3 current uniforms. They have the whites, they have the blues, and the reds. If you like the white uniform, put number 1. If you like the blue uniform, number 2. And if you like the red uniform, put number 3 in the comments. Personally, I'm a number 3. I'm not really a fan of the blues, honestly. I think they just... I don't know. I think the Reds give them a little bit more distinct personality. So, what do you guys think? Let me know as we are on timeout break here.
Now let's have the whole wall.
Let me know. Would you guys like to see the scoreboard on the screen as well? Let me know.
Want it? Need it? Cheese it. Warning: the following footage is offensive.
Williams with the finish.
I'll see if I can find it.
Defensive. Extremely confident, occasionally disrespectful, and so devastatingly good, you'll change your passwords to WNBA 2025 OMG so good, these supers can hoop, exclamation point, exclamation.
I love that beat in that commercial. It's fire, man.
Indiana starting to channel that dominant defense we saw in Game 1 in Chicago as the Fever were able to hold the Sky to under 20 points in every single quarter. Head coach Stephanie White said after the game their defense was disruptive and they came into the game with a level of physicality. Caitlin Clark also added, coming into that game, they were hunting mismatches, they were hunting screens, and even if their coverage was off, they were still finding a way to get stops. Now, over the last few seasons, defense has been an area improvement for this team, but after holding the Chicago Sky to just 58 points, Aliyah Boston said they don't want to get comfortable. There was a lot of excitement after Saturday's game, winning in the way that they did. Caitlin Clark with her triple-double, DeWanna Bonner with her big milestone. She said, though, there's still 43 games left to play. So this group, they watched a lot of film in the last few days, learned a lot for the first game. But, Debbie, I'll ask you this. Compared to last year, what do you think is going to be the biggest difference defensively for this team?
You know what, Kelsey, that's a great report because defensively they have more versatility, they have more length, they have greater depth, which allows you to pressure different times during the game. Situational defense will be better because they have all those things.
All right, here we go.
That's a combination of why they're
back to it.
Defensive effort.
AB on the inside. I love it. Love scoring out of the timeout. Says how you can tell there's a good coach there.
Here in the first quarter, 9 points for Brianna Jones, who is on the bench.
And we got to stop her.
Howard pops free and misses.
Howard breaks, rebound, Caitlin.
Off to the races.
Working on it. Nice pass into Lexi. And one. Throwing it up with the left. Mark the assist.
There's been a lot of talk
Love it.
about Caitlin Clark adding some muscle and fitness to her body. I would say the same thing about Lexi Hull. She is in incredible shape. She understands her role, and this is an excellent 45-degree cut that allows Caitlin Clark to find her, and then, of course, that strength allows her to get it up on the glass.
15-14 here.
Already 4 assists and 4 rebounds.
I think the
from Mark
scoreboard's a
here in the
little
first
bit
quarter.
ahead of me because I had
Missed a
to
couple shots.
find this game
Certainly
via
made
other
her
means
impact
because it's
felt,
not
and
broadcasted in my
I think you're
local
gonna be on
area,
triple-double watch
even though I'm in
30
Atlanta,
times
so
this year,
it's
maybe?
weird.
I mean, she had 2 last
Pow
year.
Pow
She
goes to the
already has
bench.
1.
So
I'm
maybe
gonna
it's
go
good if
under
you're a little
over
bit
8.
ahead of me.
I'm going to go 8. What do you got, Pat?
I'm going over.
You gonna
Lexi
go
blows a
over?
free throw.
Missed
Ooh,
on the free
little bit of extra,
throw.
little bit of physicality with
Last.
Rhyne and Howard,
Indiana.
or excuse me, Rhyne and Boston. AB kind of sealed her off with the arm.
Kelsey was talking about the defensive end of the floor. The Fever finished 11th
Caitlin is
defensively
guarding.
last year.
I don't know
Atlanta
who that is.
12th offensively, and those are the center
Alicia
points
Gray
of
is
what
awesome
these
player.
teams are looking for
Griner has
this season as
Howard
Griner
deep, and that's
deep
cash.
position
That's
able to
cash right there.
Hard to guard. 6'8",
Can't get that up.
front of the rim. You have to have better
And
pressure
here
on
comes
the
Kelsey
glass.
against
Try to take
Alicia
some
Gray.
pressure
I'd love to
away.
see them in a foot race.
Mitchell on the drive, gets by Gray and draws the foul.
Kelsey to the line,
Watch the
making
timing
something
on
happen
this
outside the
duck
offense.
in
That's Kelsey Mitchell's
by
real
Brittany
value right
Griner.
there.
Just does a really good job of getting position at the front of the rim and then over that left shoulder with a little bit of a half hook. That is money for Brittany Griner.
Yeah, both of these teams look pretty different from the versions of last year. How long realistically does it take for these teams
I
to
think
start
Brittany
gaining chemistry
Griner
with
needs to
each
get
other?
put in all the action.
One thing, right?
Make her
And
guard.
then finding your rotations. But when you have what Carl Smesko has and what Stephanie White has, you've got versatility, you've got variables that you're learning. Not just who can play well together, but situations, because the game is all situations.
Kelsey
at this
Cash.
level, because the talent is so good. So if you can't execute on out of bounds,
Leslie Hull is
baseline
picking
out
up
of
full
bounds,
court
you
on
can't
Rhyne
execute
Howard.
defensively
Jesus.
in those situations as well, you're gonna have trouble
Going
in
over the
this league.
screens, too.
Both these coaches know
Who's
that.
coaching her to do that? I love it.
To go to.
Here is Griner, sees two.
Wide the
Just
hell
Gray's
open
wide
for Gray. You cannot give her that.
Alicia Gray, her first
I already
year
knew that was
tonight
going
after
in.
hitting 6
Caitlin.
on Friday in their opener.
Here she comes, and
Looking
she
insert.
flops
There's an
off the
offensive
call.
foul first. It's on Howard.
Howard with the
Collision there on a
moving screen.
You have to give
Blows Caitlin's chance for a
your
three right
opponent a
there.
chance to avoid the contact, and right here, Natasha
Ooh.
Howard does not do that. Unfortunately, they knock heads. That was another thing Sue Blau had on the officiating video today.
And she talked about that with us in the preseason. There actually is very little change from the rule book last year to this year, and that's on purpose. They want some continuity after feeling like they made some rule changes that were for the better, but it's for the officials and the players too, to kind of get accustomed to not having major changes in the offseason. She said she was hoping for stability in that regard this year.
Nothing's more important than judgment.
Ooh, damn.
Tangled up underneath with Lexi Hull.
Leslie Hull out there falling underneath Brittany Griner there. Trying a little bit of that Alice Caruso defense.
Good pressure on the ball by Dantas. Then you see, barely see something there on the left side of your screen.
And both teams are in the penalties, so this is free throws for Griner. He's a career 80% free throw shooter.
Griner being 80% from the line is a big
Look
thing
at
for
this
her
look
career.
right here.
Think of all the extra points she's probably scored
Yeah, I'm not
Just
sure
'cause
if
of,
Griner pulled
you know,
who pulled who down there, but
being so big.
Lexi Hull gets the foul. It's a little bit of a smaller lineup on the floor with Dantas at the 4.
Mitchell running the point with Clark on the bench. Boston had that huge game
AB.
on Saturday. She spins
Nice
and lays
post
it
up
in.
on Bree Jones, who doesn't have a chance.
At the front of the rim.
And here comes Howard. Sid Colson guarding her.
13
That could be
rebounds
barbecue
against
chicken.
Chicago. Maya Caldwell.
Bree Jones
It's been
is
year
a
in
tough
Indiana.
matchup.
He's found a home in Atlanta. Third-round draft pick.
And there goes BG, guarded by Dantas. Forces it up, and it somehow goes in.
That's a tough two.
Wow.
You notice nobody
Tough score for
goes to
BG
double.
there.
Everybody stays home on the shooters. That's just a really
All right, let's
good
see what this offense looks
play
like
by
without Caitlin. Yep, Kelsey minutes. Sid, Colson's not gonna be the answer right there. Dantas pulls back. We look stale right now. Has this lineup been in together at all this season?
Left open. Off the mark on a three.
I can't remember.
Indiana did not allow 20 in any of the 4 quarters against Chicago.
Lexi's in the corner. Sid.
For Atlanta.
Back to Dantas. We get some screen and roll action. Something. Howard takes the ball from Lexi. Lexi takes the take foul right to the line.
It's possible they even look at this for a potential upgrade for clear path.
Clear path.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I definitely think it's a clear path. This is Rhyne Howard blowing up that
Yeah, it's clear path for sure.
And then you see Lexi Hall grab onto the waist of Rhyne Howard.
And it looks like the officials are going to head to the table, and that would be our best guess here, that they are looking at if this gets upgraded to a clear path foul.
That's 4 turnovers by the Fever so far in the first quarter.
Atlanta has not turned it over so far. Indiana feasted.
Sophie
off
Cunningham's
the
still
turnover
not
on
playing
Saturday.
tonight. Kind of stinks.
Tonight are Tim Green, Randy
Hopefully she's
Richardson,
able to play
and
Thursday.
Alabanza. It's Tim Green on the right. Alabanza on the left.
You can see by Lexi Hall's reaction. as soon
Atlanta's
as she
up
did it,
6 here. They're a
she
tough
didn't
team.
really mean to do it. It just happened, and of course Rhyne Howard knew exactly what she was doing.
And that transition take foul's been in the league for a couple of years, so too has the clear path foul, but it can just still be so instinctual, something you've done really since you've grown up playing basketball. Create the foul, commit the foul, don't allow the layup, but it's actually worse to do it. So transition take foul is 1 in the ball, and clear path is 2 in the ball. And it is a clear path foul. The difference being on transition take, you can't stop a transition opportunity, a fast break opportunity. Clear path is when there is nobody between you and the basket, so that gets penalized with an extra free throw. And Indiana, W, didn't really face much adversity in that opener here. Still very early, but down by 6. Atlanta headed to the line.
Yeah, I don't think Indiana has been able to get into any sort of rhythm yet. They turn the ball over. Atlanta's doing a really good job of getting on the ball early in defense so that it makes Indiana use up a little bit more shot clock before they can even get into their first action.
So Rhyne Howard, a 2-time All-Star at the foul line. She struggled a little bit in the opener, 4 of 14 from the floor, but she is as dynamic as they come. Fever fans know that. She's had 36 and 33-point games here. Atlanta now with their
And
largest
Duana Bonner's checking in for Lexi Hull.
Last home game of the regular season.
This is not going
year.
well so far.
We watched that 36 that Rhyne Howard put on the Fever, but Aliyah
Caitlin's
Boston
back in.
also had a 30-point game.
Reiner up top. Jones has everyone boxed out. She almost traveled. Jones is clearing DB out.
Bury a switch.
How DB is holding her own, I don't know. Oh, that's an offensive foul. She lowered the shoulder and they just let it slide.
With 2 feet in the paint. She is so strong.
Atlanta up by 10 right here. Not liking this.
Jones, who's 5 of 6 from the field here in the first quarter.
Colson. I think they got to get Clark going here. Colson hits the jumper right there from about 20 feet out. Appreciate that.
Atlanta only led sparingly in their opener.
Pow for 3. Blows it.
Gray with the offensive
Gray.
rebound.
She does not blow it.
Aliyah Gray, 6 threes in the last game. Ready to fire at all times.
Fever didn't allow 20 in any of the 4 quarters against Chicago. They've allowed
Giving up 31 in this first quarter. Steph White is about to chew their ears off.
Themselves into an early hole here. Clark looking
Clark
to get going.
super deep for 3. Oh my God. That from the hashtags.
Degree of difficulty, that's his.
That is insane.
Certainly this
That is
year,
insane.
to be up there with most of them
Oh
she's hit a
my
year ago.
God.
So a Caitlin Clark 3 to close
What
out
the
the
hell,
quarter.
man?
But it
She's
was
an
a
alien,
quarter
bro.
of offensive execution for Atlanta.
Bow, bow,
The Dream
bow.
with a 31-point quarter behind 11 for Brianna Jones. And the Fever are down by 8 after 1 from Indianapolis.
Man, love it.
The Kia K4 and K5
Love that.
represent what comes next.
I see you guys watching along. I appreciate you guys being here.
The next
What do you think of the first quarter so
innovation,
far? Because, man,
and the next
you know,
movement
it could be
for
worse. Down
acceleration.
8. I'd rather that than down 11.
The Kia K4 and K5.
Can't really worry about, you know, getting
Kia.
off to a slow start. Just got to,
Movement that
you know, dig
inspires.
yourself out at this point.
A history of winning started with the 65 Gators losing steam, losing sprint.
They're playing music during the commercial that can get me yanked. So I am going to mute that and be ready when they clock back in for the second quarter. I'm so excited to be going to the Fever versus Dream game in Atlanta. I'm going to wear my Iowa Caitlin Clark jersey. Unfortunately, I don't have the red one yet, but, you know, maybe I have a generous subscriber that will mail me one. So I definitely want the red Caitlin Clark one, if anybody is wondering. But yeah, man, I hope that the Fever can get back into the game here. I don't want to make a sad video because then no one will want to watch. You know, no one wants to talk about why their team lost. But, you know, I guess I'll be able to put that into words if it, you know, comes to pass there. But I much prefer the videos where Caitlin Clark has a triple-double. Those ones, you know, get really shared and popular. So there was a lot of folks that definitely showed love over the weekend. So hope you guys are doing well wherever you are at and enjoying the games, enjoying the WNBA this season, because I know I am. I got a chance to watch a little bit of the Wings and the Storm last night. I'm going to try to, you know, throw a game on every day at some point so I could be able to see it. I'm doing all right in my fantasy league. I have Kalia Copper, so that sucks. She's out like 4 to 6 weeks, and I can't drop her. So I'm a little pissed about that. But I've got Caitlin and Kelsey Mitchell to pretty much hold it down with that. So I had to get off Dominique Malonga, and that kind of stinks because I got her for $1, so I was hoping for a value add, but they're just not even giving her a chance. So looks like they are back.
In the Eastern Conference Finals, the Indiana Fever tipping off a historic.
They got the Indiana
2025
Fever up
season.
on the thing,
They're in
or
game
the
number
Pacers up
2.
on the thing. They better change it to the
Atlanta
Fever.
has a
We know who's more
31
popular.
to 23 lead over the Fever. The Fever have won 5 straight games against the Dream. They swept Atlanta 4-0 last year. The Dream with a big first quarter behind 11 points from Brianna Jones.
You can't put Atlanta to the free throw line. They've got an advantage there, 9 for 11 at the free throw line. Both teams shooting better than 50%. The difference is Indiana's turned it over.
Oh, that is definitely a travel. What are you doing, Pow Pow?
It is a travel. That is Atlanta's first turnover. Paul Smesko has to be thrilled with how much better his team has taken care of the ball here so far.
So they should be able to walk them down,
When you've had
I'd
as
say.
much success as
Colson's
Carl
still in the
Smesko has had in
game.
the college
Caitlin's
league
in the
game,
corner,
he was
coming off the
excited about
screens.
testing his system
They're going to
against
try to do this
the
to
best
run her
players
at
with the
shooting
best
guard a little
players.
bit. You know, the
I'm
best
excited
shooting
to
guard
see
in the
what he
league,
does.
Here's Bonner
according to
from
the
the rim.
GMs.
Shot too strong.
Bonner bricks it, but Colson allows it to go out of bounds, and they're calling it off Indiana. Wow.
Third all time in scoring on Saturday.
I think they're going to review that.
And quick timeouts.
Oh, no.
Stephanie wants to
Stephanie
review
White.
that.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a review on that.
If she wants to take a look at it, we'll find out when we return from Indianapolis.
Yeah. So, who's watching? Let me know. Where are you watching from? Where are you located? 32 live. Hey, appreciate y'all hanging out with your boy. Yes, sir. Love that. Love that for me. Yeah, man. Interesting. I am going to drop a link in the chat for if you like to support with some merch. Got a lot of dope shirts on there, so check it out. Actually, ooh. Remove, and we're going to pin the One Lifetime Worldwide to there as they do commercials about Cheez-Its. Oh, I love Cheez-Its, man. I gotta say, out of all the snacks, I love Cheez-Its the most. I have been buying this lately. It's a s'mores trail mix. It has peanuts, yogurt flavored, coated, artificially marshmallow bites, milk chocolate chunks, graham cookie squares, milk chocolate flavored marshmallow truffles. So I'm allowed to kind of have these while I'm working out and all that. I am into the martial arts, so my diet is pretty regular. Like I do a lot of chicken and rice and veggies. I just had a salad before I turned the stream on and all that. And I can just, do a handful of those, at the same time, and it doesn't really affect me too much. So it gives me a little bit of a boost, even though it's some sweet stuff. So we're still on commercial, and, we'll be back when they are. Hopefully the Fever get this, here. And they are replaying it here.
New Lincoln at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Aliyah Boston,
Fishers.
they're showing scoring on Bree Jones a little bit earlier in the
Aliyah
night.
Boston in the Indiana Fever looking to work their way out of an early 8-point hole. Stephanie White has challenged the out-of-bounds call. This is taking a long time. Here's a
Too
look.
long.
Yeah, I think that clearly went off the left hand of Pow Pow.
Touched that last, or Brianna Turner touched that last? That is the question. And as you slow down here,
Yeah.
it looks like the ball is last off.
Yeah,
the
or
fingertips.
Brittany Griner.
This is going to be our best look. And yeah, that looks clear to me.
Yeah, it should be off Griner,
Clear and conclusive.
but who
That's what
knows?
they're looking for. I would say that was clear and conclusive, and Stephanie White certainly hoping that's the case to get a challenge back.
Yeah, this is taking too long.
Are they afraid of pissing everyone off? What are they doing? Come on, fellas.
Tim Green, the crew chief.
3-ball
talking things over
refs.
with the
That sounds like a group.
scores table.
I know you said no new rules.
Oh, okay. Successful challenge.
No
Awesome.
new rules, but maybe there needs
Love
to be
it.
a
Love to
timer
see
over
it.
there.
Hey, I'm with
A
you.
little egg timer, turn it over. You got this much time as the sands
Love to see it.
fall through the hourglass.
Well, you would think that by definition, clear and concise should be able to be figured out quickly. Now, there's a lot of other things they have to look at where the shot clock should go, and that might have been what took so long there. But the Fever will maintain possession.
And Colson
Stephanie White will maintain.
kicks it to AB.
So one more challenge.
Caitlin in the corner, not moving yet. Looks like she's the last one on the plate that's going to move.
Still looking to get going here as a member of the Fever. Boston sees two.
Nice. Oh, Bree Turner blows it at the rim.
Beautiful pass.
Really good dive.
It
from
was
the
a nice little
backside,
alley
too.
right
Once Turner
there.
saw her
Step
defender
up.
go and help.
Can't give her that.
Short on a three.
Colson pushing.
And Smesko's okay with
Turner
those
filling the
shots in
lane.
his offense.
Down to AB, who has a mismatch on her.
Oh,
Trying to get Boston
And
going.
another illegal screen
Indiana turns it
as
over for the 5th time here tonight.
well, they
Howard
missed
is
Caitlin
down.
Clark drifting to the corner
And
at
they
the break.
missed the opportunity to
nice job
get
getting your
Caitlin
feet
Clark a
organized
three-pointer
over
right there. That sucks. That sucks.
Right here, she's wide open.
Wide the fuck open. Ooh. Yeah, she caught
You're
one.
going to say she's open because of the screen. Illegal screen.
Yeah, I'm not liking these
If I
illegal
was sitting
screen
at home, that's
calls.
what I would be saying.
There's certainly a case to be made there. There's Sydney Colson, who is in her 11th year in the WNBA, and she is.
Are they playing zone?
What the Fever are doing
I don't like
the
this.
floor.
Guard somebody.
A little bit to defend the perimeter. Atlanta hasn't made them pay. The Just 2 of 12 from the three-point line, but Brianna Jones has.
Bree Jones gets it.
Rebound, the stick back won't fall either.
Caitlin has it now. Gray's picking her up full court. They don't want to, let her get to the spot.
Clark sizing up Gray.
Misses the chance to shoot the three.
Turner
Tough pass.
inside.
Somehow
Boston
Turner gets it,
trying to
and
call
there's
down
Boston
some
drawing the
space.
foul,
Whistle
but
says
called
she's
for a
going to
travel.
traveling violation.
Wow.
That's the 6th turnover
Wow.
on Indiana.
What a catch by Boston. That was a tough catch.
Tough pass, tough catch, all that. Tough break, too. Damn.
Pump fake, pump fake, pump fake. Did she move her pivot
I mean, I don't know if she moved the pivot foot.
Hard to tell from that angle.
Yeah,
The official thought
they
she
cut
did.
it off on the camera.
Atlanta's outscored Indiana by 10 points off of the turnover.
And
So
Griner
it's
with
going
the
other
push,
direction.
or Jones with the push
Offensive
off.
foul
That was a
on
makeup
Brianna
call.
Jones.
Bree Jones pleading her case. Fever haven't really been able to get comfortable yet, which is kind of interesting.
Clark with 5 points and 4 assists here in the first half. Trying to shake Gray. Colson launches. Has it rim out. That was just Indiana's 3rd three-point attempt. You're used to seeing the Fever get those off in a flurry. Howard whips it into the corner. Howard driving on Bonner, gets inside.
Wow.
Finishes.
Well, what a smart
They are.
It's hard to help off that strong side drive when there's a
They're
shooter
kind
in the
of
corner.
making these shots that I'm not expecting. Colson, awful turnover right there. They need to switch this lineup up. Get the starters back in, man.
Looking to see
Thank you.
Indiana could get to their second side execution.
7 turnovers for the
Score
Fever in the first half.
action.
Colson, horrific
If you
minutes
can
right
get to
there.
the second action, the defense typically can break down. If you get to the third action, then you definitely should be able to have a much higher percentage shot.
Griner up top.
Griner back on the floor here for Atlanta.
I don't know what that is. Alicia Gray beats DB off the dribble, but Bonner's able to recover. Kelsey in the open court. Almost took the three, and Turner gets it knocked away. We got to get Michaela Timpson in here.
Any easy looks?
I think they got to get Kelsey Mitchell going here. I'd like to see them run something for her right here.
Clark being hounded by Howard, one of the best defenders in the league. Clark making her work. Bounce pass inside. Turner spins but can't finish underneath.
They are really making Caitlin Clark put the ball on the floor under duress.
Now Howard with numbers. Bounce pass ahead. Mitchell running the floor, lays it in.
Kelsey right there.
Indiana's first points of the second quarter. Atlanta only has 2 as well. Griner
Giving up on the
shifting
inside of Griner right
Good
there.
execution.
Not going to win
Quick
that
hitter
way.
in transition,
Caitlin,
with the lob
deep.
over the top.
Clark launches and draws the foul.
Wow, gets fouled on the three-pointer there.
One was from the logo. She'll try to earn him from the free throw line. Clark already with 5 assists.
5 assists for Caitlin so far.
This pass right here puts it right where Kelsey Mitchell can catch it in stride and finish off the rim, off the glass. And then Rhyne Howard in her landing spot.
She is already halfway there to a triple-double.
Atlanta's defense has been good tonight. They have been disruptive. They have contested. They've done a good job of slowing down Indiana in the transition game. Indiana really hasn't had many easy baskets, and they rely on that a lot in their transition game.
And Clark knocks down all 3 at the line. Indiana's pulled back.
Clark
within
hits all
7.
3, 8 points, 5 assists so far. I appreciate it for the fantasy squad.
Kimbrony, a coffee.
And Coffee
Caldwell on the floor for Atlanta.
drops
Indiana
it right
forcing
there.
a turnover as Carl Smesko has gone deeper into his bench here.
Really good hands by Kelsey Mitchell. Look how she moves her feet. Typically, we
Look
talk
at
about
that.
her quickness on the offensive end, but there was an example
And
of her
Caitlin's
quickness
got
on the defensive end.
somebody on her. I think she needs to cook her.
To get Clark going.
Yes.
Off the screen.
Fuck. Come to the ball, somebody.
Caldwell knocked
Not
away.
that,
Good
not
hands
that
there
way.
by
Dive
Coffey.
for it.
Coffey actually hit the deck and knocked Bonner down. Well, that was off of Atlanta last, wasn't it?
Tawana Bonner is upset with Nia Coffey. They're having words right now.
There was like a dive for Bonner, so she gets it right there.
I mean, it
She
looked
dives
like
towards
Nia
her
Coffey
knee.
took Bonner's legs out right there, and that's what Bonner's upset about.
Well, the last two players to touch it were Coffey, and she also took Bonner out, and now Stephanie White,
Ref's doing some wild stuff right now,
who's
man.
already used a challenge, is frustrated because if she has to use it here,
Is this a
That's
chop
it.
block right here? I mean,
yeah,
that's a dangerous play.
no question. And another
What the
challenge
hell, dog?
here on the floor. We'll be back.
You're a perfectionist. You inspire
35-28
Lexus to chase
here.
a higher standard.
And
Because a car that doesn't make you feel something is a car that stops short.
it's gonna be interesting. Can they come back here? Man, need the Fever to pick it up here. I feel they can take advantage of the Dream going so deep into their bench by just letting our stars be stars. Bop, bam. Talk to me in the comments, y'all. What we saying? How y'all feeling about the game so far? Let me know below. Appreciate you guys liking the video so far. And I need to find the players' box scores here. Caitlin's got 8. Kelsey Mitchell has 8. 4 for Boston, 4 for Howard. She's won both challenges. That's crazy. They should give her one of those back. Hey man, when Tawana Bonner yells at you, you just gotta kind of take it. Howard pulling it up here, attacking Jones in transition, and she travels before the shot. She didn't think about passing the ball. 9 turnovers now for the Fever. That is offensive foul, but they don't call it. Jesus Lord. Here comes Kelsey. We need somebody to break out. It's either Kelsey or Caitlin. It's on y'all. Y'all the scorers. Lexi Ho is isolating. Howard is now isolating. Goes up with the left. Buries it. Wow. Impressive shot for Howard right there. Ho D'ing up on Howard. Walker Kimbrough in the corner for 3. Wow. Or it looks like maybe they counted it as 2. Bonner. Caitlin, step up. What are you doing? Caitlin has the ball now. Wide the fuck open. Bricks. That was about as clean of a look as Caitlin's going to get. She's going to have to take advantage of that. Hull gets knocked over. Caitlin gets pushed off. Tries to embellish for the call. Doesn't get it. Nice. Fever ball. Clark for 3. I think she got hit on the hand, too. I think she asked for the call. Look, Caitlin goes to the left, is right there. It's so much easier to go to the left than it is to the right, and people just don't understand that, especially for a right-hander. Now, if she was left-handed, if she went that way, it would be even crazier. They tried to bank a 3 in, and it almost went. Blows the layup there. Caitlin wants it. They're in transition. Kelsey going to the corner. Caitlin with the handles. Breaks to the defense. Does not get the foul. Going. Yeah, she might have got hit right there. Caitlin pulls the 3. It's amazing. Gray ISOing, kicks it to Griner, pivots, smooth finish in the paint for Griner. Caitlin's trying to take the game in her own hands. Nice pass to Kelsey, finishes on the inside. Those two are amazing to watch together. Rhyne Howard for 3, wide open, pulls. And Howard spins in, and it's a jump. It's a jump. How you guys feeling this evening? Oh, I'm glad she was able to finish that. Caitlin's got 11.6 assists so far. Pow getting guarded hard by Lexi. Pass too much for Griner. I think they're going to call a time. Nope, they're just doing a sub. So Atlanta seems to be moving through their lineup. A lot of changes there. Caitlin, they're hand checking her here. Pulls back into mid-range. Caitlin for 2. Still asking for the call. Somebody pushed somebody on the way up. I don't know what happened. They cut the camera. Boston's asking for a review. Caitlin with a step back. I think, yeah, they zoomed in too much. I couldn't tell. We were playing zone against this team, which I don't know. I'm not a fan, but if it works, it works. Griner. Nope. Blows it. Mitchell in the front. Caitlin is cooking right now. I can tell she wants a big shot and gets the ball stolen from her. Man, this is tough, man. It's because it's right there. Like they're trying to get that one run to open up the game. Howard playing real good defense on Caitlin right there. Aliyah Boston's like trying to cuss out the ref. Stephanie White's like, I got it. Stephanie Wright is cranking on the ref right now. Chrissy Size would never do this. She is asking for explanations like, hey, help us. Figure it out. She's trying to fight for her players right now. I appreciate it. Yeah. It's time for the 2-man. To Kelsey, and she's got Gray for 3. Another 3 for Caitlin. Super deep. She's feeling it right now. You can tell she's locked in. And she steals the ball from Pow Pow, kicks the pass up to Lexi, all in one sequence. Lexi gets blocked. That would have been a hell of an assist. Wow. All in one sequence there. God damn. So exciting, man. I love it. Yo, Caitlin's on some other shit, dog. I love that. I wish halftime wasn't coming, because I can tell Caitlin is like on fire right now. She got 16 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds on 50% shooting. Has hit 3 threes so far. Love to see it. You got to use them challenges if you have to. Let me see what the fantasy points for Caitlin look like right now as they go through all these replays and all that. They're saying it's so loud in the building you can't hear the whistles. Caitlin's got 32 fantasy points, helping me out a great deal. Damn, that steal was real. Yeah, man. I'm very encouraged. I think the Fever are going to pull this out. So like they keep inching closer to cracking them open. I feel like they're going to solve the puzzle in the second half. Hey, got some commenters. Vicky, how's it going? Ranger, Chris. Wish Sophie was in the game. Ranger Griner say, "Come on, man, don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, Chris, don't do that." A couple stops and a little bit of cooking. Yep, yeah, I'm with you. Boston fakes BG out her shoes, blows it. Bad pass. Oh nope, looks like Boston knocked it out. Very encouraged with what Caitlin's doing there to close this half. Some physicality underneath with the centers. I remember last year we're getting some extracurricular. I don't know if you guys remember last year, Griner and Boston were getting a little bit physical during the Mercury and Fever games. And Brittany Griner will fight you. So Aliyah got to be ready. I feel bad for who got to break that up. 6'5" and 6'9", I think. Yeah. That's a heavyweight fight right there. Big screen to Boston after the assist. Caitlin's yelling at somebody. I don't know if it was Howard or the ref. Fever cut it to 2. Kelsey sells out on the steal. Howard throws it up anyway, and that will end the first half, 44-42. Loving it so far. Good game, competitive game. Caitlin's hit some fucking circus shots so far. Love it. Caitlin Clark is the fastest player in WNBA history to 350 assists. I get some of the funniest commenters under some of my videos. Using a wider audience, lower click through. Okay, cool. Some of the stuff is pretty funny. I think some people get really angry with it, but other people are cool. I didn't realize I had the gameplay footage muted. That's okay. They're on halftime now. So let's take a look at the stats and all that. Kelsey Mitchell's got 10. Like how she's been able to finish around the basket. I think we need to get her going at the three-point line a little bit. Her three-point shooting is invaluable. It was good for Aliyah to get a shot right there at the end because you don't ever want to lose her offensively, especially as hard as she's working on defense right now, dealing with Griner. Giving her a shot, a time or two, will keep her engaged. Natasha Howard, kind of she's had a couple moments where she was a little out of control, but Bonner has done nothing. 0 points, only one shot. We need a little bit more from Bonner. Caitlin's been on fire. Love what she's doing. Lexi's looked good on defense. Sid Colson, those minutes were a disaster. -6 on the ledger for her. Not having Sophie kind of stinks. She would be another option as a small forward, but she's not played, and Michaela Simpson has not played either, and returner was in there for a few minutes. So looking at the Dream, Brianna Jones has been such a tough one to deal with. 11 points, 4 boards, and just like taking up so much space that they just have to account for her. Like, where is Brianna Jones? Because Howard's been on Caitlin duty a little bit. You can kind of tell she's 1 of 6 from 3, 9 points. Alicia Gray not really shooting great either. 2 of 8, 2 of 7. I'd much rather take my chances with Atlanta's bigs rather than their guards, because their guards can heat up in a hurry. But yeah. Now they're talking about the media day.
Connect with these players and learn a little bit more about them and who they are off the court. Our social media team was there, of course, to gather all the content and give us an inside look. Take a listen.
And they're showing the photo shoot and all that, media day stuff. Yo, so like I asked earlier, but what are you guys' favorite Fever uniforms? I think mine are the red by far.
Approach each day and value each day with a certain discipline, a certain expectation, a certain understanding, and we have to go out and we have to live it. Hands behind the back. Yeah.
Make sure you like this video, share it and all that. To get some more folks rocking with us here. Caitlin had the chain on. Yeah, man, the red jersey is too clean.
What we're doing.
They're playing music during this, so I kind of want to mute it. So I'm going to do that. I'll just tell you guys. So they wrapped it up. So it's halftime right now. They have a lady dribbling what looks like a balloon, but it clearly bounces. And they cut away from her. Caitlin going crazy out there. Aliyah Boston's touch around the mid-range is going to be super valuable as we go on. I just had somebody leave a comment on one of my videos that says Angel is the best player in the league. I replied, what league? I would really love to know. Like Mark Anthony. How do you guys feel about how the refs are reffing this game? Seeing a lot of people talk about it, not too pleased with them having to waste 2 challenges. I can agree with that, especially if you win them. Like, that is like, you almost don't want to win the challenge. Play some instrumentals real quick. Oh no, that ain't working. Halftime. Yes, sir. If you guys ever want to listen to my podcast, it's One Nation Radio. It's primarily a pro wrestling podcast, but we drop in some basketball talk time to time. You can look it up, all major platforms. Support the stream via above or the super chats, where we can read some of your stuff off, answering questions, however you guys want to do it. Ha! What's up, Vadim? Tell Mark I said what up. Like, the Fever on the verge is just walking them down. I hope everyone, like, realizes that. Yeah, clean up the turnovers in the first half. Let's see how many turnovers. Only 2 for Caitlin, 3 for Natasha Howard, so that's encouraging. Wondering how long it's going to be before the game starts. Should be just a minute or two here. Any other games this evening? I don't know. Who else? So, the Aces are beating the holy hell out of the Connecticut Sun right now, 57-29. Let's see what Asia's doing. Asia Wilson has 13 points. Jewel Lloyd with 17. Definitely encouraging signs for her. Jackie Young with 14. Tina Charles is the only one doing anything for Connecticut. So, and on our game here, as I mentioned, Caitlin has 16, 7 assists, and 5 boards. Triple-double watch again. I would appreciate it. If she can tumble that drum with her feet, a pro player should be able to hit an open layup. So, bro, I actually saw that drum thing with the feet in person. I went to a Hawks Thunder game this season. I just saw some of the stuff they were doing at halftime. I was just like, how do you discover you can do this? She was sit around the house, and I think she was the person that I was watching. They were balancing a dining room table on their feet, and I was like, who thinks to do this? But yeah, it's wild, man. Make sure you hit the like on this video here. Get your all-world shirt. Link there. Interesting. Where is WNBA.com? There we go.
call.
All right, looks like we are gearing up for the second half to get going as they're promoting the suicide helpline. Hopefully, you never have to call that number.
Caitlin Clark with 16 points and 7 assists. Also has 5
I think Caitlin's on fire. Hopefully, she can
in
continue
all
that.
of those categories. Kelsey Mitchell has joined her in the backcourt in double figures. It really so far has been that Indiana backcourt versus the Atlanta front court. Griner and Jones, the new acquisitions, have combined for 23. Clark and Mitchell in the Indiana backcourt have combined for 16.
Well, I think it's hard to score inside when you've got Brittany Griner's size around the rim, and that's why I think they're going to move Aliyah Boston around in space, get her more in the middle third where she's really good in the short roll, making decisions. I also think in the first quarter, Indiana went to a lot of sets where they had Griner knowing she was in drop coverage, and they had some open looks, but they didn't knock them down. I think they'll have a chance to run some of that stuff here in the second and have a better option offensively.
Caitlin Clark coming off that 20-point, 10 assist, 10 rebound game on Saturday. Looking to lead Indiana back here from as far down as 11 in the first half.
They were down 11, so here we go.
For Stephanie White.
Let's get locked in. Let's cheer and send our energy.
A couple familiar faces there. Totally Bevilacqua as well. She was a part of that staff last year. It's great to see Breon January as a part of the organization. Just feels right seeing her with that Fever logo. And let's go down on the sidelines. Kelsey Caspers with Austin Kelly.
Austin, 10 turnovers made it hard to find some offensive rhythm. How do you get back in sync on that side of the ball?
I think we just got to get to our off-ball action, be a little bit more unpredictable. Off-ball action to on-ball action to loosen up. They're being really aggressive, so we got to get some more of that in the second half.
And on defense, almost half their points are coming from Griner and Jones. How do you defend their bigs down low better in the second half?
Be big, all right? We've got our hands down in our waist, in our zone.
Yeah, it looks like their guards are really doing their thing rather than – excuse me, the bigs are doing their thing rather than the guards. If you keep the guards in check, I feel like the Fever should
Austin
win.
Kelly, who was an assistant with Stephanie White in Connecticut, has come over to Indiana, and the husband of Karima Christmas Kelly, husband-wife duo on the Fever sidelines. Karima, of course, longtime member of the Indiana Fever, part of that 2012 championship team. And Keith Porter is the player development coach, who has also come over from Connecticut as well.
Sometimes you can just tell when somebody's hot. I hope they go to Caitlin right out the gate, right here.
He was an assistant with her at Vanderbilt. And now that group is trying to build a championship contender here.
2 points to tie it up.
Stephanie White saying this is the most talent she has ever been around. Now it's about that talent here coming together.
Stephanie White got the clean dunks on.
I think Stephanie White is
very stylish coach.
Brilliant.
Came with the red jacket on
expert or an offensive expert. I think she's both
on
not singularly
Saturday.
one or the other. I think she's an excellent coach.
Bonner's picking up Howard three-quarter
she
court.
knows how to put it together.
That tall frame has got to be difficult to deal with. As Howard just hits a three, it doesn't matter about the tall frame apparently.
If Rhyne Howard gets going, we know
now
she
Gray
loves
is
playing
on
in this gym.
Caitlin,
She dropped 36
so that's a
on the
switch.
Fever last year in the last regular season game.
Caitlin comes flying off the screen for three. Bricks.
Again, so good playing off that screening action of Aliyah Boston.
Definitely. Would love to see Timpson in there.
And now Howard is Bonner's assignment.
Bonner guarding Howard.
Turns, fades, fires.
Howard air balls, but Jones
there with the
still there again.
Howard swipes in, and jump ball is the call.
As they fight for it.
Stephanie White wants ball pressure, and you have to trust the players behind you that they're going to be in the gap, they're going to help on the right personnel, they're going to call out the right switches. You can't let a player like Rhyne Howard see a big basket.
Let's get.
She's too
I think they
talented.
need to get some stuff with Caitlin falling to the left-hand side rather than
Brianna
the right.
Jones and Natasha
Oh,
Howard
just
as the
blew
two
the jump
points
ball
play
right
around.
there
Pow, pow,
to
back for
Howard.
three.
Blows the three.
Another offensive
Luckily,
rebound
she doesn't
here
go
by
at Caitlin
Jones.
there. Wide
Howard
open.
left
Caitlin's
wide
got to
open.
switch
Her
that.
third three of the second half.
Another one
She's
for
knocked
Howard
out
for
there.
three.
That's Brittany Griner's IQ.
A lot of
on display.
miscommunication
Instead of her
there.
taking that long two,
No closeout. And here
put the
comes
ball back
Kelsey.
in Howard's hands.
Dribbling all the way through.
Circling around, finding
And there's Boston on.
Cut off there
That
by
seems like a
Jones.
set play.
Boston circling.
And one
It's on the floor.
on the ground, though. Telling you, man, it's a battle of giants with Boston and Griner. Boom, set the screen. Caitlin's stuck on an island.
Howard on the drive, the
And
left
Howard
hand.
with the left-handed hook shot through the lane does not go, unsurprisingly.
They spent most of the second quarter working their
And
way
Howard
back into the game, and Rhyne Howard
hits another
trying to
three.
shoot
She's on
Indiana
fire.
out.
Yeah, no communication, transition, defense.
What the
Rhyne
hell is this,
Howard,
man?
What a start to the second half.
They just can't get it going, man. Caitlin's pissed right now. She's like, I can't believe this.
You've always been ahead of the game. Excellence is your
This is why
default.
Rhyne Howard
And
is
Alexis
dangerous,
knows
man,
that feeling is
because
unmatched.
she's lights out when she gets it going, man. The games last year, I remember I think she had like 36 points against us, and it was just like, God damn, like you just couldn't do nothing with her. She was just abusing Lexi last year.
Many people told us they'd had stuffed crust pizza from
Not
Domino's
happy
before.
about the score right now.
Only Domino's has never
53 to
had stuffed crust
42.
before.
Pizza.
Until now. Introducing
Not
Domino's
loving
new
it.
first ever stuffed crust pizza.
Yummy.
Try one for the first time tonight.
Dr. Rick, we are thinking sandwiches again for lunch.
Tom, remember, we talked about boundaries.
Oh, yes. Gotcha. Okay.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Looks like the soup of the day is tomato bisque.
Tom?
Still looking for a new job?
Just found out my dad's sister's husband is golfing buddies with the CEO of a great company. So basically, I got the job.
Indeed helps you match based on what you know.
Checking out your comments now.
I don't even know if he exists,
No new
to be
ones.
honest.
When you spend less with Straight Talk and get a free 5G phone with real unlimited data,
Make sure y'all
you can
send
get
y'all
more
likes,
moments to
super
yourself
chats,
by getting something
comments.
for them. Get a free 5G phone on
Let's
us
get it
on
poppin'.
America's most reliable 5G network. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
I'm a leader by pushing my teammates to be the best that they can be.
I am a leader because I set a strong example. I'm a leader by being responsible. I stand up.
Gotta mute it. They're playing all these songs during the commercials. Try not to get yanked. There needs to be somebody in the huddle that is like, yeah, man, I want to guard her. And
Here's
we're
a
back.
look at the most 20 and 10 games in WNBA history, and just a
Wow.
remarkable graphic here. Caitlin Clark is 4 points and 3 assists away from tying Courtney Vandersloot in
Into
almost
Boston.
400 less
Caitlin
games.
flips
Our higher
off
standard
here.
feature is presented
Double.
by Lexus TX.
Mitchell almost loses her balance.
Absolutely
onto Caitlin.
amazing.
Throws it
As
away.
we show the assist graphic and she turns it over. It's the opposite.
This
of
is
what's
a
supposed to
bad
happen. It's
game
supposed to
so
be the
far.
other jinx. You know, you're supposed to be able to get an assist after you show the graphic.
And they're full court
It's just,
pressing.
Those numbers are just absolutely phenomenal for Caitlin Clark.
Boston
AB beats her off the dribble with the left hand and the foul.
Sorely needed it all of a sudden on their back heels.
This reminds me of the game last year.
Looking like a guard. Aliyah Boston doing such a nice job. She sets it up with the look away. I love it. So skilled at 6'5". So smart, too. The IQ, all the details are in her game.
And Boston knocks down the free throw. Indiana back within 10.
Boston 9 points.
In the first half. Howard's already hit 3.
And here comes
the opening 90 seconds of the third quarter. Backing in on Brianna Turner.
Turner just getting abused by Griner in the low post. They should try Michaela Timpson here. Nothing to lose. Gray is guarding the hell out of Caitlin. Super foul. And Caitlin heads to the line.
And you're either at a standstill or you're already backpedaling. You're already beat. You have to get up closer and meet her further up the floor. And Alicia Gray does her best to try to keep her in front, but Caitlin just so shifty, so smart with the ball.
Caitlin blows the free throw. That is
rare night.
a shock.
Missing a couple of free throws. She is 3 for 5.
She must be mad. 17 for Caitlin. Almost a steal. Oh, yep, got the steal. And Caitlin kicks it back to Mitchell for 3. Way to have the sense of awareness. I don't even think Mitchell realized she was open there. She was trying to kick it to Caitlin for the logo shot.
Right now they've called it a 3 on the floor.
It's a really good timeout by Stephanie White. How her team has responded.
Gray for 3, blows it. Right to Griner. Let's go straight up there.
Griner can't finish.
See, all it takes is a little bit of energy. This crowd wants to get into this. Caitlin's like, what's happening? Where's the action? She's got Jones. Barbecue chicken alert. Barbecue chicken alert. How dare you play drop coverage? Oh, she missed. They got lucky on that. Bree Jones and Boston are battling. Boston sends her shot, and it's off of Jones. Man, Aliyah Boston's playing like she wants to make an all-defensive team this year. That is close.
You can see why one ref called it one way and the other called it the other.
No, it's 3.
White line, orange, tip of the shoe. Looks like it's behind the line.
Howard and Caitlin are exchanging words. I don't know what they're saying.
That's about as close as you can do it.
Or they were just looking at each other in the face real close.
So third foul on Rhyne Howard.
And my screen is refreshing at the moment. My connection is trying to start back up here. Let me refresh.
It's the possession here for Indiana.
Great hustle by number 11 in blue.
Nice save.
What a
Bree Turner
reaction
is
by
a gun
Stephanie
show
White,
out
too
there.
Excited, pumped up.
Those kind of hustle plays
Mitchell.
seem like Indiana made every single one on Saturday. Atlanta's made a lot of them here so far. See if this can spark the fever.
Turner, no.
Boston fakes the handoff.
Ball fake with Boston. Nice low post moves. Cooks Griner in the low post. Aliyah Boston. She is awesome, y'all.
To open up space, they go the 90-degree cut.
Someone's got to guard Rhyne Howard. Someone cannot let her go crazy like this. Close. Way to get the steal, Caitlin. First team all defense. Let's go. Caitlin to Bree Turner. Gets it in for the foul. Sends Turner to the line. Good pass.
Pace. You're trying to create it all the time with your actions, and you're trying to get numbers advantage. Not just the 3-on-2 during a fast break. It can be a 3-on-2 on one side of the floor. It could be when you reverse the ball, you get a 2-on-1. Trying to find that advantage.
Brianna Turner signed in the offseason, known for her defense. She was second in the WNBA in blocks in 2020, fourth in 2022. Certainly a capable floor runner. She's a 78% free throw shooter.
Watch Lexi Hall. This cut right here opens up space for Aliyah Boston. The fake dribble handoff. That is a really well done, executed play by Indiana, and something Stephanie White talked to me about today, about a change that she's learned from people in the NBA like Frank Vogel and
Mitchell and Gray. And Jones blows it at the rim, but she's headed to the line.
This is kind of the first half in a nutshell. Atlanta would jump out to a lead. The
Fever is just closing them down a little bit more.
Respond with the run, and then Atlanta would kind of slam the door shut.
Get over the top of the screen right
Over
there.
the top.
And the help at the rim.
Turner blows the lefty lay.
Just a little bit late.
And here comes Turner.
Jones
The
with
free
11
throw.
points. They all came in
Hits
the
it.
first quarter. That'll put a stop to a 7-0 Fever run.
It just shows you how good Jones is, because typically she's been the 5, not playing the 4. She's not played with 6'9" in her career before like Brittany Griner. It just shows you how talented she is and being able to carve out her own space around the rim.
59 to 52 right now.
Fever head coach Stephanie White, coached her the last couple of years.
Caitlin's trying to get open off a screen, and they blow a pass to Mitchell. But with all the hustle, Brianna Turner chased down block. I appreciate that. Appreciate the effort.
All defensive team, Brianna Turner.
She was coming. She heard footsteps.
Right here. And Shatori Walker-Kimbrough
What a block.
goes ball instead of rim body ball, and it gives Turner a chance to block it.
Howard scorching to start the third quarter.
And then Lexi Hull got on her.
Feed inside. Hillman, kick back out.
Gray hits the 3. Oh, my God. This team is so good, man.
Now hit more threes in 5+ minutes here the second half than they
Fever
did
need to get some more
first
threes
half.
up. Woo!
Mitchell sets up Turner.
Turner blows the jumper there. She earned the right to shoot that one. Ooh. What are you doing?
Jones has the size advantage. Kick back
Don't
out
get that
Gray.
up. Oh my God, Hillman! What a horrific display of defense there. And they're still pressing Caitlin full court there.
Nice job to save it.
Boston for 3, nothing.
And Hull battling underneath.
Lexi gets a call. All right, they're down 13. It's not impossible.
And that is the 5th on Atlanta, so we are into the penalty, and this is the one area the Fever have done a good job of here in the third quarter. That's Atlanta's 5th foul. The Fever have committed just 1, but Indiana looking at their largest deficit. And now a message from CareSource.
Brought to you by CareSource, individual and family health insurance. At CareSource, they're removing barriers, they're improving lives, they're reimagining health insurance.
Atlanta continues their struggles here at the foul line. Just 9 of 14.
This is awful,
Have to
man.
be really nitpicky to find anything you didn't like in the opener. As Gray
Caitlin
calls the foul, but
gets the
they didn't
foul
shoot it
on
like they'd like
Alicia
to from
Gray.
the line in the opener either.
Indiana's going to have to change the rhythm again of the game, right? Because that's what they did in the second quarter. They were down 11. They full court pressed with some man pressure. They went to some zone. I really think Atlanta's ball pressure has been outstanding. They have really been disruptive.
They've been all over
Certainly
Caitlin.
had multiple defenders on Caitlin Clark all night. And that's what you need to do if you're going to slow down Indiana. You have to give her multiple looks with length. And they've done that.
We talk about that all-star quartet in Atlanta. Howard has 18. Gray with 14. Griner with 14. Jones
All right,
with
they got the
13.
backups in, so they gotta let the stars be the stars.
There is Hull off the screen.
Lexi,
Shot too strong.
big brick.
the
Boston
rebound.
gets the board.
Boston fading and hitting.
Gets it in. Wants to foul, didn't get it.
That rebound moved Boston into 8th all-time in career rebounds for the Indiana Fever.
Wow.
That is at the beginning of her 3rd year of her career. She'll be skyrocketing up those charts. And it's a blocking
Wow,
foul.
blocking foul. Very bad call, ref.
before the upward motion, the defender has to be set, and she's not set.
Was she set, or
And
was she
she's
not
in a
outside the
restricted
circle?
area.
She's in
Good
the
call by the
restricted. Yeah,
officials.
never mind.
Atlanta had 31 points in the first quarter. Indiana held them to just 13 in the second. And with that Jones free throw, they now have 24 in the third.
Man, I'm getting frustrated, man.
What
We
they
need
found in
to
that
pick it
second
up.
Quarter here the rest of the way just to get back in this one. Fever have not led since the very early portions of this one. Only very briefly. 1 of 2 from Jones. Atlanta lead at 13. Clark's been held to 1 point here in the second half.
Caitlin only scored 1 point. Got to give some more looks for her. And we get it to Howard, who's posting up.
Howard sees 2.
Kelsey Mitchell back to the open layup, bricks it. Boston gets it to Caitlin, who they close out on. Jones.
Really having to work here on the offensive end.
Nope. Ref
Right
blows
there,
the play
good
dead.
recognition. Caitlin Clark got the switch. She backs it up. She's giving Boston an opportunity to shape up to the ball. There's a mismatch inside. That's why the foul was called.
So Boston will head back to
Boston to the line here. Down 13.
6 rebounds.
Got to cut it to under 10 by the time the quarter is out. They have a chance.
And now a message from Central
Kelsey Mitchell got to come alive.
And Boston 2 of 2 from the line. She's got 9 of Indiana's 15 here in the third quarter. As Caldwell blows by Clark, pulls up and knocks it down.
Giving up the shots there.
Atlanta has
Indiana's got to decide. They're very lethargic
here.
It's kind of like, you know,
Backdoor pass.
that's a foul,
And
buddy.
Mitchell ran out of room. Indiana turns it over.
Wow, that's not a force out.
Singles right now, not the home run play. You know, just make the defense work.
Fever are pressing now. You got a rematch with this team on Thursday, so, I mean, you don't want them to beat you both times, and you got to go to their home court next time.
Beautiful find inside. Aliyah Gray had it hang on the rim, but it won't fall down. Caldwell pulls down the offensive rebound.
Oh, man. Just beat in the hustle stats here.
By a definitive margin, and Griner draws a foul. That is +6 on the glass. And +6 in the turnover margin. And Griner, who's got 14
This isn't
points,
fun.
7
Come on, man.
rebounds.
Griner to the line, bricks it.
She said this move to Atlanta makes her feel younger. That Atlanta, even though it's not home, she says feels a lot like home. And at age 34, that's something she was looking for. Of course, she's been through some of the unimaginable. But in her 12th year of her WNBA career, trying to find that youth spark.
Here comes Clark trying to get something going. Hits a mid-range shot right there. 19 in the game now. If anybody's going to win it for the Fever, it's going to be Caitlin. Because
Cross-court pass, Walker Kimbrough can't hit on a
Caitlin
three.
and Aliyah.
Rebound to Howard. This is what she does. Nickname Flash.
Because Kelsey does not seem to have it going. She's shooting a super long two. I have no idea why. Just step back.
Kimbrough just went right into a crowd.
That could have been bad.
Maybe a smart play. She drew the foul, and that's the 4th on Indiana. So free throws here coming up for an 89% free throw shooter.
Just feels like a lack of connectivity tonight by Indiana. They've got plenty of time. They're going to have a run, but they got to get
They
some
scored
stops to be able to
93
get that run.
points last game. They have 59 right now. Come on, man. Got to get open. Got to make these shots.
This foul line has been a great differentiator as well. Indiana's actually out shooting Atlanta by percentages, just slightly. A rare miss for Walker Kimbrough, but this is
Walker
the Dream's
Kimbrough
22nd free
misses.
throw attempt, and they've hit 17 of them. Indiana just 11 for 16 on their end. The Dream have hit 4 more threes.
Not loving it. And here comes Bree Jones, been a terrorist all night.
And Naz Hillman has done a good job in providing Brianna Jones a rest. She gave some good minutes tonight.
Tori Walker Kimbrough guarding Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey comes around the screen. Caitlin is on the floor. What is he talking about? Cuts it to 11. They're still in the game. If you're within, 10 points going into the fourth, there's a chance. I think the crowd just got to come alive. Fuck, she's going to the line for 3. Flopping. Can't believe that.
Stephanie White digging into that defensive bag, trying something else. They go to the zone. Mitchell picks up the foul.
Tori Walker Kimbrough
blowing the
free
throw.
Terrific foul shooter. This has been a nice story. Walker Kimbrough signing in Atlanta. Brianna Jones signing in Atlanta. Those two played 4 years together at Maryland. Went to a couple Final Fours. Now hoping to recreate some of that magic in Atlanta. First-year head coach Carl Smesko. They did deem that a 3-shot foul. So Kimbrough hits 2 of 3.
Right there. All you got to do is get a 3-pointer right here, man. Get it to 10.
Off the ball.
Mitchell drives by Walker.
We'll take that too. Nice layup right there for Kelsey.
Can close down that space and doesn't need a lot of room to get to the rim.
Left open at the foul line. Howard got a
Rhyne Howard, another one. Oh, she bricked that one. That's good. They all run towards Caitlin and just leave Aliyah Boston wide open to attack, and she takes it coast to coast. That's exactly what we wanted. Under 9.
We can tell she was waiting for somebody.
Big play right there.
Play right there. That could be an emotional lift.
17-7 for Aliyah right now. Tries to get the contact. Jones is going to the line now.
Free throw line for attempts 27 and 28.
They have been shooting free throws all night.
Boston doing a good job right here, making a really good decision to get all the way to the rim. Nobody stopped her. If you don't see 2 hips, 2 shoulders in front, you keep going until
And she finished it with the left. That was clean.
Jones is 4 of 6 from the foul line, make her 5 for 7. 2-time All-Star, former 6th Woman of the Year. Each of these teams missing a
Oh man, Bree Jones looked like she got a mean bench press.
Sophie Cunningham for Indiana. Jordan Canada
You can
likely
see
will
it.
be the starting point guard for this team once she gets back.
Carl Smesko going to his bench for what he will anticipate being 1 defensive possession.
Final 10 seconds of the third quarter.
Caitlin comes to the ball, sets the screen, blows the layup there. It's at 11, so it's manageable.
Rhyne Howard opened up the scoring with the first 9 points.
But Rhyne Howard is going crazy, man.
A 2-point halftime lead, up to 11 after 3.
Lesson number 23. If you know you built different, I'm gonna name a shoe after you.
Ooh, these are fire. Now let's add the whole wall.
You got that much cheddar?
I'm made with cheddar. Want it, need it, cheese it.
Man.
When
I don't
you're
know,
with
man.
Amex Platinum, you can enjoy the
I think
Centurion
we can come back. What do you guys think?
and access to incredible experiences worldwide. So being a fan for life turns into the trip of a lifetime. That's the powerful backing of American Express.
Always dry scoop before you run. Listen to me. A hot dog diet got me shredded.
It's time we listen to science. One A Day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One A Day, science that matters.
Warning.
800 new subscribers on the channel in the last 30 days. Thank you guys
defensive
for the support on the channel.
Extremely confident. Occasionally disrespectful. And so devastatingly good, you'll change your passwords to WNBA 2025 OMG so good, these supers can hoop! Exclamation point, exclamation. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to the W.
All right. Fourth quarter it is. Going to have to come down to protecting the home court because, man, I've got a post-game video to make that I am not happy about the tone I'm going to have to take with this one. So
Beaver didn't give up a 20-point quarter on Saturday night against Chicago. They've allowed two 30-point quarters to Atlanta in the first and third here tonight. And they're looking at a double-digit deficit as we start the fourth quarter here from Indy.
Caitlin's in the game.
Caitlin Clark is 1 point.
Well,
2 assists, 5 rebounds shy.
The building's doing its part right now, that's for sure. It's loud in here. The fans are on their feet.
Fans are ready. And you get a quick score here.
Can this Mitchell-Clark
Maybe they should
backcourt
call
lead
something.
Indiana back into this
Have they
one?
considered it?
It's Hull and the 4 starters. To start the
Caitlin's
night.
setting all ball screens
Here to
now.
start the fourth quarter.
Over to Howard.
Howard, shot
To
clock
Boston.
down to 5. Boston has to hurry. Boston
Gets
fires
it up.
Shot rims out. Howard
Not
got
there.
a hand on it. Hull comes
Hull
away.
gets it, and she's going to pull the three. Yes, sir. Lexi for 3.
47% three-point shooter last season, Lexi Hull.
Cut to 8. Let's go.
She's played 20 minutes here tonight off the bench. And they've certainly been
Close out on your shooters. Do not let Rhyne Howard get you because she will. Walker, Kemp, nope, Caldwell. Wow, they're just throwing up bull, and it's going in. Wow.
Atlanta defenders have played Caitlin Clark at a no catch, so they're not responsible for helping. That's why you can use her as a screener, but you also can set a really good screen on her defender to shake her free.
Good ball there on Brianna Jones. Will reset the shot clock to 14.
They're
This is the
all
kind of
over
effort and
Caitlin.
the role that Lexi Hull has really relished it in, and that is going to the glass every time and coming up with a 50-50 play and a hustle play, and then having awareness to know that she knocked down 47% from out there last year. She needs to look for those
All right,
shots.
now, let's get it, Caitlin. Take to the rim.
On the drive, being hounded behind the back. Boston has it. Shot clock down to
Right
5.
there, AB for 2. Boston, I believe, has 21.
I mean, so good getting in the gap pad and making the right read.
All they got to do is feel it a little bit. Just get a couple stops and don't want to leave this girl wide open. Somehow got lucky and missed, but you gave up the board. Don't want to give that up.
Good help by Howard.
I wonder what the second chance points look like for the Dream. Man, now she gave it right back to her. Bree Jones. Caitlin shoots it from Africa, and it goes in. Oh, my God. Come on. She's saying, let's go. Let's go. We need it. Need the energy. Jesus. Jones bricks. Get it to Caitlin. Do it again. Do it again. Step back. That's a foul, ref. Call it, please. It's a reach.
Caitlin Clark going to work right here, gets in the gap. It's called gravity because she drags others with her.
God damn.
Boston always makes herself available. And then right here,
Caitlin, 25, 9, and 5.
love watching it, and you can't get tired of watching it. Amazing.
That is just that signature Caitlin Clark shot.
Caitlin
She
from
will
deep.
launch.
Again. Oh, my God. She's like, calm down. Calm down. I got it. A beast. You see it. Yes, sir. She's the real. You can see it. What an incredible shot. Yes, sir.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
Section in the building gets cheesy. Who will it be? Will it be you? You gotta get loud, Fever fans. Come on. Let's go. The loudest section. Who will it be tonight? Come on, Freddie.
Wow.
I can't hear you down here.
She's the best, man. She's the best. I'm not hearing it. Ray, I think they took Caitlin out just to get some type of breath for her because she was going to be counted on to do what she's doing now. They're going to lean on her because I don't think anybody else really has it going besides Boston.
Freddie, get louder. Get louder.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh, I think we found our section tonight. Section number 8. Congratulations. You are the loudest section in the building tonight.
This is crazy. And they're at commercial right now as I am kicking it here. Man, that was one of the better shots of the game right there. I don't think I have gone crazy to that degree yet on a live stream, whether I was watching even wrestling. Yeah, let's get it. 4-point game, baby. We not playing.
Back within 4. Clark with 25 points and 9 assists on the night.
Clark 25 and 9.
Winning combination.
Super deep. And 1. Should have been an and 1.
We've seen her hit some
Don't matter.
shots over her short time in Indiana, Debbie. That is right up there with them.
They got a. That's a landing zone violation. She don't even bother complaining.
2.5 minutes.
The best.
They've hit 3 threes. And Caitlin Clark's had an assist. Lexi Hull has one of those threes.
Defense.
And they're on an 11-4 run.
11-4-1.
Little zone here for Indiana. Jones trying to break it down. Howard gets her.
Way to go. They're calling everything for these people. Oh, my God.
Oh, that looked like it could have been a jump ball. Could have been
Caitlin about to get teed. She quit playing.
White has done a really good job of dialing up the defense tonight in situations. But we always talk about offense from a situational standpoint, from a defense.
Like Bree Jones is just traveling before she even gets anywhere.
They've tried to keep Atlanta off balance.
Just like shuffling the feet.
They have fouled the shooter too much tonight. That's one thing they're going to have to clean up.
That's a big call. They'll say she's going up with it, so instead of a turnover, it's free throws.
That's.
I don't know how you go from a jump ball, what could have been
something.
a jump ball, to being a foul in the act of shooting.
Right.
That's a tough break.
Ball don't lie.
Just 1 of 2 from the line. It's still 7
Run
minutes
Caitlin
here.
off this screen.
Way to go.
She's on fire right now.
They're really using Clark as
one more again. Nope. Lexi back to Caitlin, double screen.
step back. Got Gray in
Do it
the
again.
air.
Don't matter.
Green, Clark fires.
Oh, this close.
I love the set, though. The motion, the passing, and the cutting. The
That
ball
was
did not
crazy.
get stuck.
My heart was beating fast right there. I ain't gonna cap.
You can feel this building come alive. They've been dying for something
Come
to
on.
cheer about here. The packed Cambridge Fieldhouse. Howard driving on home.
Jones.
Jones.
Travel.
No, she
Thank
didn't.
you. Finally, a correct call.
The one
Who
thing
knew?
about Brianna Jones is typically you can't speed her up. She plays at her pace.
They're all over Caitlin in the backcourt. She's going to try to pull up and shoot.
Numbers if she pushes. Bounces.
Howard draws the foul.
Was really smart play there by Caitlin Clark.
She knew she had numbers.
To the line for two, Howard.
She's gonna stop the
Make
ball.
your free
So
throws,
she goes
please.
as deep as she can and still be able to make the play.
Natasha Howard.
She's really going to miss these.
6 points, 5 rebounds in 23 minutes. Her first trip to the line.
Ugh.
And now a message from Central Midwest Carpet.
Please make your free throws. It is fundamental. God damn. Second one. God damn, blown cash all the way around. Jesus Lord.
Missed opportunity there for Indiana to pull back within a possession. In the post to Griner.
Griner.
Howard has the assignment. Griner has the side.
She
Ducks
gets
in.
it.
Oh, pretty finish.
You got to make her
Too
make
big.
that tough play and not
Too
foul.
big.
That's just Brittany Griner. So skilled around the rim at 6'9".
15 points now for Griner.
Caitlin's trying to come off every screen, and finally, after they've held her all night, it gets called.
You know what? I think, though, Gray can continue, and so can Howard, to be aggressive in that matchup with Caitlin Clark. As you see the footwork of Brittany Griner on display. That's only 3 fouls. If I'm Gray, I'm staying up and really tight on Caitlin Clark.
Also just the second team foul of the quarter.
Yep. Caitlin going around the screen.
Going behind the back on the drive. Bounce
Kicks it
pass
to Boston. She's got to hurry up, make a decision. And she draws a foul.
Hey, Boston has done a fantastic job tonight going against Griner. And that re-screen and twist action right there, she and Caitlin Clark run that and excel in that action. That is so hard to guard.
Boston buries the free throw.
Indiana is 12 of 19 from the free throw line. That's 63%.
20 points, 9 boards for Boston.
Presented by Indiana Family and Social Services.
8 of 12.
Now at 21 points.
Going crazy.
Clark, back-to-back
Where's Kelsey Mitchell? She's been just quiet tonight.
Indiana back within 5.
Out the game.
Howard with 18 points tonight. Natasha Howard on her. Here is Gray. Hole has that assignment. Gray spinning, fading.
Holy shit, what a shot by Alicia Gray.
Good D.
Big pass by Caitlin. They're not ready. And it's to Bonner. And it's now off on Bonner.
See, those are the plays that Caitlin is still calculating. You can see
getting this close, and then like it just goes back.
On the run.
That's one of the big reasons
Guard.
Natasha Howard was signed in the offseason. She can make that play more often than not. And trapped in the corner, Carl Smesko will take
calls
a
time.
As Atlanta Dream led by as many as 14. The Fever cut that deficit down to 4.
Good
They've been
Lord.
Closer since early in the second half.
Not loving it, man. Not loving it.
If you want a t-shirt, you got to get on your feet right now. We need the W's best fans to get loud. Nah, I said you got to get loud. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. The crew got t-shirts. Freddie's out here with them. If you would like a t-shirt right now, stand up, make some noise. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Come on.
One final push for the team. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen now. If it is going to happen, it's going to happen now. So.
have been able to withstand a few Indiana Fever charges. And they've got Indiana on a 7-point lead here midway through the fourth. Our timeout is brought to you by Goodwill. The subject of our Indiana Workers Going to Work feature is Caitlin Clark.
25, 9, and 5 for Caitlin.
Another 20 and 10 game. That would tie the all-time record in her 42nd game, but she's got bigger plans and bigger visions here tonight as Indiana's trying to erase a 7-point deficit with under 5 minutes.
Well, I think Stephanie White's done a good job offensively, moving her around, not having her bring the ball up and initiate offense every time. She's been able to get off the ball and become a screener and make herself available that way.
Jesus Lord.
Just too easy.
Stop her, please. She's playing like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tonight.
Indiana had cut it to 4 on that Clark 3. Clark had it knocked away. There was contact there as well.
I mean, as a defender, you're trying to beat Caitlin Clark to the spot on the handoff. And she does such a good job of using the screen, running her defender into the screen or the dribble handoff.
They have really benched Kelsey Mitchell here.
Clark off the screen, Clark on the drive. And had it knocked away. It'll stay here with Indiana.
Caitlin is pissed. I think she was looking for a foul there.
Looking for Hull on the inbound pass, knocked away by Gray. Kelsey Mitchell will check
Kelsey's
in
back.
for DeWanna Bonner. She's been held scoreless here tonight.
Bonner has been quiet.
16 minutes. Hull's played a lot of her minutes so far. Bounce pass.
Tough pass.
One of the and one.
Goes to the line here.
At the free throw line.
I would expect some full court pressure here by Indiana if I'm Atlanta.
And now
she shoots the ball so high. It's amazing.
If you've been hurt,
she does it every time.
Go to IndianaWorkers.com for a free
like there's never a
consultation.
flat shot for Kelsey Mitchell.
IndianaWorkers.com. We go to work when you can't.
And Mitchell goes 2 of 2 from the line.
2 of 2, cut it to 7. We need the spirit of Reggie Miller in the house here.
Rhyne in the fourth quarter.
Rhyner's kind of pushing off there. Y'all could call it, but
Boston turns
man,
Rhyne has been huge.
Rhyne is killed.
Single coverage. She's made some
Boom.
post moves tonight.
Boom.
Working off an array of screens. Finds Mitchell.
Need Mitchell for 3. Pulls. Makes it. Come on. We still alive. We believe.
Unquestionably have the offensive firepower.
Gotta gamble.
Comeback, but can they get the requisite stops here on this end?
Gotta gamble. They can definitely blow this. They played a perfect game damn near. Make them be perfect the whole time.
A 10-time All-Star, 3-time Olympic gold medalist, Brittany Griner.
Howard is going quiet. Let's see if she wakes up.
Rhyne Howard fires.
And she does not. Fever get the ball. Can they cut the lead here?
It was set up for the lob.
Caitlin. Posting. Looking for a cutter. Now a screen. Back to Caitlin. Step back on Bree Jones for three. Too strong. Man. That was the chance right there. I think the roof would have came off the building if she hit that one. Gray misses. And I think if you're Atlanta, you don't want that shot. You want to get a better shot than that. You want to get something at the rim right there. If he can steal this one, ooh, baby.
Clark's played 35 minutes. She's going to play over 37 here tonight of a 40-minute game.
Yep.
Boston handoff, Howard over.
It's not impossible, but you got to get better shots than that.
Now you got to get a couple of stops right here. Can you get two in a row and score?
Damn it.
Shakes off hole, extra pass, Walker Kimbrough. Off on
Blue Cash. There's still a chance. And she's going to the line. Or is she?
Stops the clock. Free throws for Howard.
A really hot and cold night from the three-point line from Atlanta. They're now just 8 of 28 from out there, 29%. But Natasha Howard will come to the other end, where she is 0 of 2 from the line. She and Bonner, Indiana's 2 all-star acquisitions in the offseason, have struggled here today.
Nick Griner has been a difference maker around the rim. He's been very efficient tonight.
Lock her in the gym and make her hit her free throws. Good Lord.
65% from the free throw line. They've missed 8 free throws in a game where they're
Good
trailing by
Lord.
6.
Are you serious, Howard? You can't. You got to be kidding me.
Another empty trip for Natasha Howard. Indiana going to be called for the foul here.
She's doing some Nick Anderson stuff out here, man.
That's 4 free throws in a row for Howard. Typically, she's
Good Lord.
Much better free throw shooter.
She's just clanking them. Them Jennies ain't even close to going in.
A 6-point lead.
What the hell, Howard? Free throws. Damn.
With 25 points.
They've had chances. They've had chances tonight.
Forward, outstanding performance is Caitlin Clark.
25, 10, and 5. Jesus Christ.
She's been very patient using her IQ and her skill set around a very tough physical defense. When she's been able to find separation beyond the arc, she's delivered.
Yeah, man. They've guarded her well, and she still shot a good percentage. But
Clark now with her 10th 20 and 10 game of her career.
10th 20 and 10 game. Ties the all-time record.
All-time. Vandersloot in 431 games.
Howard, I can't believe that. If you give us one of those Caitlin threes, and all of Howard's free throws are right there.
Stephanie White had to say in the last huddle, she ended it by saying, we are coming together. We just have to keep getting stops, but we need to do it without fouling. We need to keep our hands straight up on defense, and we've seen that the last few minutes. They've been able to get the stops. Now they got to execute on the other end.
It is a 2-possession game.
So Brittany Griner and the Atlanta Dream, not just
we got the most dangerous player on the floor.
To snap a 5-game losing streak against Indiana. They went 0-4 against the Fever a year ago. Do they have enough to get to the finish line?
Caitlin not keeping up, gets pushed off there.
The vet getting these key minutes down the stretch. The rookie Pow started.
Oh man, Griner on the inside, blows Cash.
And Indiana fumbled the rebound.
Indiana just, no one grabs the board. They just bounce it all around, and it goes off.
Has just featured Griner here in the latter stages of the game. Everybody talks about his offense being about threes, but it's really about efficiency.
Make them guard you.
Or
make them beat you. Don't give it to them.
Griner turns.
We're getting stops. We are getting stops. Come on. 89-83. Caitlin to the rim. And one, not called. 89-85. Howard races it up. Holds on to it somehow. Kelsey, get back. God damn it. Oh. Air ball. Grab the ball, Howard. Thank you. Get it to Caitlin. Screen. Boston. Right there. Perfect. Finish. Down 2. Let's go. Come on, baby. Down 2. I love it. I love it. Let's be real. Never count out Indiana. Yes, Dan. Yes. Never count them out.
Rhyne in drop coverage, and
we believe.
Caitlin Clark puts it on the money. The chemistry between those two is so good in that action.
The Indiana Fever are back within a possession for the first time since halftime. It was a 2-point game.
Let's go, man. They want to choke. They want to choke. They ain't beat it. They didn't win all year against the Fever last year. They want to give it away. These are the games that you got to be able to escape with.
My rookie of the year and my first team all WNBA guard. And let her make the decisions here late. She has been fantastic. Delivering dimes, 11 assists with 27 points and 5 triples in the game.
Clark, who had 10 assists on Saturday, into double figures again. She led the league in assists.
My God. 27, 11, 5 boards. Good Lord.
She's hit 5 threes.
5 threes tonight.
Back within a possession and still here 81 seconds.
7-0 run. Don't count out the Fever, baby.
Over the last 2:30 for Indiana to get back in this one. Two teams played in an overtime game in Indianapolis.
I love it. I love it.
A tight one in Atlanta in August last year, and we're going down to the wire again.
Let's get it.
Here's Brianna Jones.
Make Jones. She ain't touched the ball in a while. She traveled, baby. Yes, sir. You swapped them feet.
So all game, Indiana has played straight up in the post.
They have a chance.
Knows that.
They have a chance. Come
Aren't you
on.
surprised it wasn't Griner that was on the low
Put them
block?
in the pack.
I am.
Timeout.
Felt like every possession
I think
since the
70 White wants to talk it over with the squad. Lexi Hull's been in plenty of these last year. She's good to go. Watch the feet. 1, 2. Gives it up right there and then jumps into, her pivot foot was a right foot. She moves it just before the shot.
You can. Knows a little bit about excellence in
I hear
sports.
the arena getting cranked up.
Kyle Larson is going to do the double here on Saturday. There's going to be a lot of fans in Indianapolis also doing the double. The Indy 500, Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. I'll tell you what, this building is going to be electric over the next couple of weeks. Fever will be here on Saturday. I mean, think about the weekend. On Saturday, CBS, Fever, Liberty, and then on Sunday, the Indy 500 in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't know that Indiana's ever had a weekend like that, and you get all sorts of celebrities in the house. Bubba Watson in the building. He likes what he sees.
His wife played in the WNBA. Angie played at the University of Georgia. He likes the W. I spoke to him before the game. He had a nice driver that he presented to Caitlin. It was left-handed, but she'll fix it.
Caitlin gets the ball here.
Something tells me she can
1:15 left.
Direction as well. All right, here is
We
Clark.
coming
She's
down.
helping Indiana mount this comeback.
Boston.
The Fever get over the hump.
We got Jones out the way. Wide open layup for Mitchell, and she converts. Tie game, baby. Leslie Hull is getting crossed to death right now. Mitchell guarding Howard tough. Step up. Closing all the space. Good defense by the Fever. Forced Gray into it. Blows Cash. Chance to take the lead. Can we get the game winner? Come on. Clark pulls it back. Short. Offensive rebound for Hull. Huge. Huge. We got a 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Oh, no. Nope.
bouncing. Boston.
Yes, sir. To the line, baby. Let's go, Aliyah.
That is the action.
We believe.
If you're going against
They
Indiana,
choking.
and it's so tough.
They're choking.
It's the patience right here. These two know. Set it up and run it. Aliyah Boston so good.
Man, I can't wait to go to this game on Thursday with these two in person. Griner fouls out. Hell of a game for Brittany Griner.
That is really hard to guard.
Hell of a game for Griner.
Foul on Brittany Griner. So she is done. Now Aliyah Boston to the line.
I'm going to have to check to see how many points she scored, but she was a handful. We're going to talk about it. Boston, 88 on the season, 5 of 5 tonight. 2 huge shots. Can she convert? Blows cash on the first one. Fuck! Lock them in the gym.
5 of 5 from the line. This is the all-important second one.
Come on, man.
Fever in front.
So Bonner
Caitlin
coming
subbed
in for
out.
Defensive possession right here. Clark to the bench.
They shouldn't do that. They should live or die. And Boston takes the lead.
Since 2-0.
First lead since 2-0. Wow.
Not calling timeout to advance the ball.
It's in the hands of
They don't
Rhyne
have
Howard.
it. They don't have any.
They're about to just fly at the rim.
Howard behind the back on Mitchell. Howard firing.
Oh my God.
Shot too strong, but she got a whistle.
Are you serious? They bailed her out with that?
Is that
through
off?
the contact.
You sure that's not offense initiated contact?
That they bailed her out. That is
Stephanie
ridiculous.
White has no challenges. Oh yeah, Kelsey Mitchell's got her wrapped up with that left hand.
She's wrapped with the left hand. Okay.
Watch the left arm. Right there. That's what they
But
call.
she's completely off balance right there.
77% free throw shooter. She's 4 of 4 from the line. Make her 5
Makes the
of 5.
first one. Caitlin's back in.
Clark will check back in. Green have outscored the Fever by 8 points from the line. And 2 free throws.
2 for 2.
From Rhyne Howard. And Atlanta has retaken the lead.
They just didn't want to give it to us.
Just
Man, they
under
just
10
didn't want to
seconds
let us ride,
left
man.
to play.
Fuck.
This is just week 1. So exciting in here all game for Atlanta to have the lead the majority of the game, and for Indiana to be able to come back from twice from a double-digit deficit.
So that is the reset timeout. A lot of contact underneath. Clark's got to get it in. She lobs it up.
Kicks
for
it into Howard.
Howard
blocked.
the rim.
Howard misses. Fuck.
Rebound Atlanta. The Fever have to foul here, and they won't get a foul away.
91-90.
Atlanta will escape with a victory.
Wow. They had a chance to steal it at the end.
Indiana led 2-0.
Wow.
90-89.
Wow.
But it's the Dream
Hell of a
with 2 late
game.
Free throws from Rhyne Howard, and Atlanta earns their first win of the season.
Jesus
I
Lord.
thought Atlanta was physically tough on the defensive end, and that allowed them to build a couple of double-digit leads, and then they just executed better at the end. Indiana struggled to get the ball in bounds on that.
That
last
hurt,
set.
man. They had a chance.
What a game.
Refs kind of screwed them at the end, but Atlanta was ahead the whole game. Kind of dominated physically. And we will talk about it, man, on the post-game video. Gonna get that recorded. We'll talk about it, marinate for a couple minutes, calm down, and get ready to talk about all this. But yeah, thanks for watching the game with me this evening, and I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, man. That's tough, man. Howard got two good looks there. Got blocked the first time, got it back. And, yeah, I guess so. Let me see if I can run that back by any chance, if it'll let me. I don't know if it will. I got to see how they drew up the initial look, because it kind of just started right there. Nope. Nope. Nothing. All right. So I'm going to have to run that down. But Howard, that's a tough one, man. Missed all those free throws, blew 2 shots at the end. That's a tough game right there. They had chances, and they came back and did enough to win. But refs kind of bailed Howard out at the end right there. But, if you leave it up to the refs, can't leave it up to the refs in this league. You got to close the deal yourself. Guard without fouling. So let's wrap the stream up here. And I'm going to jump into my review and all that. And I will holler at you guys. Peace.